Marston's Domain.
Hey everyone, Marson here, and today this is a video that was a long time coming. I want to give my opinions on King K Rool in Smash Bros, so that way if this topic comes up on stream or if I get asked in the comments, there'll be a video that people can refer to hear my thoughts on this topic, and that topic being K Rool in the current metagame. K Rool, to me, is not viable in the current metagame. The way the character is designed, in my opinion, he really is a gimmicky character. Now, before you just get really mad at me saying that, let me explain. So, people had talked about K Rool being a gimmicky character for a long time, and honestly, I didn't want to believe it. I ignored it and I kept playing the character. I've been solo maining this character since launch. I barely ever played any other character at all. You can ask anyone that I played with or anyone that's watched me play. I seriously almost never switched characters, even just for fun, up until very, very recently. So I know the character, and I would also like to say I'm not the #1 best K Rool on the planet, and I'm not the #1 best Smash Bros player on the planet. However, I know the game pretty damn well, and I kept wanting to fight for the character and be like, just deal with the bad matchups and just figure things out. But I've started to realize, and top players are talking about it, I've had people that I've played against talk about it, in a good amount of matchups, if your opponent plays optimally, K Rool has no options. And it's kind of become a meme on my channel where I say, how many options does K Rool have? 0. And it's a joke that I started saying because a lot of times he pretty much does not have any options. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because sometimes this topic comes up on stream and stuff, and I don't want to come off mean about it on when someone says that they think K Rool is not low tier. I don't want to sound mean about the topic, so I figured making this video and going in depth on it is a better approach, so that way people can just refer to this video if the topic comes up. Because I don't want to be a jerk about this, but the character is my main, and I have a lot of people that play K Rool that watch my content, so sometimes it comes off the wrong way when someone says that they don't think the character is low tier, because I know that he is, and it's fine if you don't think he is, but I want to give my reasoning to just the whole topic in general on why I believe he's not viable. So to go further in depth, I think people respect K Rool way too much. That may be the wrong terminology for what I'm about to explain, but basically what I'm trying to say is they let K Rool get away with way too much, and I think that's what's causing some people to go, I don't think he's low tier. I don't have an issue with that matchup. I think what causes that is there's people that just respect the hell out of this character for no reason. When I'm recovering, you can punish me. Stop trying to spike me. Just stop. Sometimes you get lucky and you can get it, but go to the side of me and there is nothing I can do. His recovery is insanely linear. If I'm way off away from the stage and I have to go diagonally back to the stage, that should be basically a free kill because I cannot do anything about it. I have to recover in a very specific path to make it to the ledge. That already should basically be a stock. And then even if I'm going vertical, yeah, I can do a couple of mix-up-y things, whether I go past the ledge or I go more inside the stage, but you can still hit me on the side. And yet so many people still stand right on the edge and just let me hit them with the propeller. I can't tell you how many times I've still done that, where they just stand on the ledge and they let me hit them with propeller. Stop letting me do that. And then when it comes to K Rool's counter, because I get told all the time, you should just counter. It's not that good. In my opinion, it's one of the worst counters in the game because you specifically have to hit the belly with the counter. And 9 times out of 10, since the way the meta of this game is, they're short hopping. So they're just gonna short hop and hit your head when you go to counter, and it's not gonna connect. And then when it comes to belly armor, it's a good tool sometimes, but most of the time it can't help you in certain situations. It's good for getting back onto the stage, until your opponent starts to realize, okay, this is all they're doing to get back on the stage. It's good at gimping, that's for sure. That's one of K Rool's strengths. His Nair is seriously extremely good at gimping. But in terms of gaining control back on stage, it's not that good. His F-tilt is good if your opponent keeps getting aggro after you shield something, because a lot of times you can get away with parrying or shielding and then just F-tilting and it armors through whatever their next attack is. But in terms of the whole meta of short hopping aerials, you're screwed. They're not going to hit your belly. Belly armor will not help you in that scenario. Whether you dash attack, F-tilt, it's not going to help you. They're going to hit your head. And the thing that really sucks is I think that because of the fact that they gave K Rool belly armor on his Nair, that's why they made it frame 7. Because DeBuzz was talking about K Rool, and he said he has no aerial to get him out of combos. And that was something I didn't even really think about, but he's right. And I think it's because it probably would be Nair, but since Nair has belly armor, they chose to make it a little bit slower, and that screwed him over. K Rool is a huge hurtbox, and he doesn't have an aerial to get him out of combos. Yeah, sometimes you can get Nair out and it'll belly armor, but most of the times you can't because of the speed of it. So then you're actually just screwed, and you're just combo food. And that's why I made the joke of, how many options does K Rool have? 0. Because if the opponent knows how to fight K Rool, you don't have options. And by saying this, it doesn't mean that it's just a free win for your opponent. Your opponent still has to play very well. It's just the fact that they can get away with a lot more stuff than what K Rool can. There's a lot of times where I know my opponent thinks that I'm just terrible at the game because I'm playing K Rool. And I don't think they fully acknowledge that I really have almost no options in certain situations, and it makes me look like I'm terrible. But then they'll hit me against the stage, and I'm teching at crazy percents, and they're like, oh, I guess this person does know how to play. Because I do know how to play. But I know my character, and I know his strengths and weaknesses, and he has way more weaknesses than strengths. And we've gotten to a point where a lot of people unanimously agree that K Rool is just a terrible character. And that's not to say that if you're losing to K Rool that means you're bad. It's just that you need to learn the matchup, that's it. And maybe K Rool is just someone that you struggle with when fighting against. That can be a thing too. That does not make you bad. It's just one of those things. I really can't stand fighting Ganon. And I'll lose when I don't play the matchup right. And I feel like a lot of people would just say, you should not be losing to Ganon. So I mean, it can happen, but that doesn't change what the character is. K Rool is not a good character in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and he needs a buff. And I wanted to make this video because I just want to say my opinions on it, and if you disagree with me, that's totally fine. But for me, I will always feel that K Rool is not good in this game. And I did not make this video to have an argument. I made this video to simply say my opinions on it, and I want to leave it at that. I may make more videos on what I think they should change and stuff like that, but in terms of my opinion on where K Rool stands, this is my opinion, and it's fine if you disagree. So that's all I have to say about this. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about all this. If you enjoyed this and want to support my content, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.